Okay, this is video number 2, and we're going to talk about the magazine cutoff, which is kind of easy to look at, and we're going to take a look at it without disassembling the gun. So let's review and look at what we have with the 1870. The 1870, as you know, did not have a magazine, okay? But it did have this rotating dust cover on there, which was standard on these single-shot guns. Now this comes into play because the receiver's already set up for something to rotate around it. So when they went to modify the firearm with a magazine, okay, and again, repeating magazines were not extremely popular, they eliminated the dust cover, but they added this here, this ring here. This is the magazine cutoff, and also you line this up like that, there's a notch, in order to drive out your little wedge. So this has two functions. It's the magazine cutoff lever, but also in this position it retains the wedge. Either one. That's with, I think, the magazine cutoff off, and with it on, okay, either position, it holds your little wedge there, and then you would rotate that to disassemble the bolt to where it lines up with the handle, and you can get your wedge out. Now, like I said, left to right. Here's an internal view of the magazine. And basically how this works, if you watch down in there, hopefully you can see it, when you rotate this, okay, when you rotate this right down, you want to be looking, oh, this is going to be a pain. Right down in here. And I hope you can see it move. Okay, so all the way. Alright, hopefully the camera will stay in focus, but all the way to the left it's off. All the way to the right you see the little sheet metal thing come in there. Now, what's difficult about this is when you load one, supposedly the 4 cartridges in there, this thing will not go unless you depress that cartridge in a ways down and get the rim down below. And then you see where it comes up and it blocks off your full magazine. Okay, that's how it works. Then when you would drop, this is a dummy, when you would drop the other cartridge in, it would just, alright, with some practice, you would load your cartridge up into the chamber, get it up a little bit forward of them fingers, and then the bolt goes in fairly easy. And you pull out the round. Now you have a single shot. Okay? So, if you wanted to go and use the magazine, you would just throw the switch over all the way to the left, and then it would feed the ammo from the mag. Basically, that's your operation of the magazine cutoff. So, there's your two positions, magazine on, magazine off. You have to depress them cartridges down, that won't push them out of the way. Swing over, and then I found, at least with those, unless you push, let's try doing that. Put a cartridge in and push it down in there. Heard that click? No, I don't want to do that either. Excuse me for the monkeying around, but I guess the way it works, or the way you would have to work it, is you have to place this cartridge fairly much in and above these two here before it'll feed up in there in the single shot mode. So basically that's how that works. Not exactly the smoothest thing. I tried pressing it down in there. Plus I'm not getting this right. You know, trying to press it in like this. And don't seem to want to go. You have to kind of get past them little, you drop your cartridge in like that, get past that part of the magazine, and then it'll work fine. So that's my explanation of the magazine cutoff system.